Greetings to everyone of today's presentation. In the second part of the reporting, we, the Group 2, will be sharing things about accreditations and permits needed in building a TMC or travel management company. So be with us, let's learn all together.
The Department of Tourism accreditation is issued to a tourism enterprise that comply to the minimum standard for its operation for both facilities and services including safety, comfort, and convenience. Its prime purpose is to achieve a professional and standard quality of tourism services that you can think and access. It is also protects consumers from unreliable services. Take note that the DOT accreditation covers the accommodation, air ticketing, car or van rentals, and tour arrangements.
Displayed in the screen are the requirements for new applicants and renewals. Both has the same requirements, except that for new applicant is also include the accomplished self-assessment form, aside from the accomplished and notarized application form, valid mayor's or business permit, and sworn statement of the undertaking that falls under renewal as well. Good thing is that the accreditation is free. Tourism enterprises can now apply online accreditation through this link or scanning the QR code. Department of Tourism launched this system to ease and speed up the accreditation request from local tourism establishments. Especially, this is new normal contactless transactions are highly encouraged. Here is the process for online accreditation. For new applicants, log in to the site using email and password. Once registration is approved, a verification email will be sent to you. Go to Payments tab, log into the system, submit copy of notary's application form to DOT, and secure accreditation certificate. While for renewal, log into http accreditationonline.tourism.gov.ph.
So the next accreditation a tourism enterprise must have is the Bureau of Immigration that is responsible for reviewing and formalizing interagency coordination bodies, appointing point people, and establishing a regular meeting schedule in order to minimize conflicting functions and ensure effective implementations of existing laws. So it is important to have this accreditation because it is primarily responsible for the administration and enforcement of immigration, citizenship, and alien admission and registration regulations in accordance to provisions of the Philippine Immigration Act of 1940. It also aids in the execution of the RA 9208, popularly known as 2003 Anti-Trafficking in Persons Act. So take a look of this Bureau of Immigration requirements. So who can apply? Any travel agency or office who wishes to be accredited by the Bureau of Immigration. Where to apply at Bureau of Immigration main office. What to bring. The checklist that will flash on the screen in the next slide. And how to apply. First, secure and fill out application forms. Second, get order of payment slips. Third, proceed to cashier to pay. And fourth, submit application.
Displayed on the screen are the sample paper for application of Bureau of Immigration Accreditation, following the approved recommendation of the Interagency Task Force on Management of Emerging Infectious Disease. The advisory made last February 28, 2022 is effective to the National Capital Region and other 38 areas to Alert Level 1 from 1 to 15 March 2022. This notice is hereby given to all Bureau of Immigration officials, employees, concessionaires, and clients that the working capacity for all Bureau of Immigration offices in NCR and other areas under Alert Level 1 should be at 100%, while observing the minimum public health standards. Further, fully vaccinated clients are exempted from the Bureau's online appointment system and shall be required to present their vaccination card or certification prior to entry. Unvaccinated or partially vaccinated clients are requested to continue securing an appointment online. Keep in mind that business permit and BPI registration are important requirements for any businesses before it operates within a specific area.
A business permit authorizes and permits an entity to lawfully operate within the region it belongs. It is simply as the permission to operate. While a mayor's permit does not only serves as a permit to operate, but it also expands the business possibilities in the long run. Let me enumerate the mayor's permit requirements in the Philippines. The first one is application form, Certificate of Registration from Securities and Exchange Commission for Corporation and Partnership, Department of Trade and Industry for Sole Proprietorship or Cooperative Development Authority for Cooperatives, Barangay Business Clearance, Community Tax Certificate, Contract of Lease if leased, and Transfer Certificate title if owned, sketch pictures of the business location, Public Liability Insurance for restaurants, Locational or Zoning Clearance, Certificate of Occupancy for building and unit, Building Permit and Electrical Inspection Certificate, Sanitary Permit, and Fire Safety Inspection Permit. Last registration a business must need is the TTI. That ensures no other business has the same name. It is important especially to the single proprietorship enterprises.
For the DTI registration requirements, it consists of passport, driver's license, UMID, PRC ID, NBA clearance, police clearance and ID form, postal ID, voter's ID, OWA ID, Siemens book, IBP ID, senior citizen ID, PWD ID, government office ID, validated state college and university ID. There are additional documents required depending on the applicant. For foreign nationals, they must show alien certificate of registration and certificate of registration for sole proprietorship and certificate of authority to engage in business in the Philippines issued by the concerned TTI office. For refugees and stateless people, they must show certificate of recognition issued by the DOJ or SPPU or certificate of recognition. Note, foreigners, refugees, and stateless people who apply for DID business registration online still need to submit the documents listed above at any DTI office. Registration fee depending on business territorial scope. For barangay, 200 pesos, city and municipality, 500 pesos, regional, 1,000 pesos, and national, 2,000 pesos.
So before we end our presentation, take a look of the flow of the online procedures nowadays. You will get a new registration, fill out the owner's information, then fill out business scope and business name, review the accomplished form, fill out the remaining blanks, get the reference code, download the undertakings, select payment method, and then finally you will have registered business name. So thank you, our dear future tourism and hospitality professionals, for listening in our report. I hope you learn a little or more. And remember that it is better to have some familiarization to the legalities nowadays than going to a war without any bullets with you. So again, behind this Group 2 output is the amazing people including Ms. Ayap, Mr. Badillo, Ms. Balatbat, Ms. Baliwag, Ms. Bergado, Ms. Kalinaw, and Ms. Kalingasan.